Hey, this is AverageJohn here, coming at you with a video on Wednesday where I just talk about random stuff, just kind of shoot the crap with y'all or whatever. Just talk about stuff, just give you random updates on the videos that I'm posting and all that stuff. You know, I do have my notes with me. I know this is my phone, but yeah, I have notes. But yeah, I'm not a good talker sometimes, and what I don't know. I'm not a good conversationalist, or I don't come up. I'm very awkward sometimes, but you know what? That's okay. It's okay. We're gonna get through this together. And I don't know, but this is just a show where I give you like updates on my videos. I just said that on topics. I'm sure that you guys can and will recommend me future topics, future comics, future movies, future shows, stuff like that. I'm sure you guys will recommend me stuff, and I'll be glad to read those recommendations. You know, because I, I can pick out some stuff to read by myself that I enjoy, but I don't know what else I would enjoy, you know? And if no one leads me there or tells me about it, I'm not gonna really get into it, you know? Or as fast as someone would like me to, or something like that, you know? But it's always fun to check out what someone's passionate about, and even if I don't like it, I respect and I love the passion that people give to stuff. You know, like, I don't know, I don't really care about like kids movies, like, you know, like Paw Patrol or whatever. Or if some person was to come up to me and explain the plot of Paw Patrol, like they liked it and stuff and everything, I might be more invested in it than I was to begin with. You know? Like something that I think is not bad but not worthy of my time. I might be able to be like, hey, you know, it might be a little bit, you know. That's just an example. Don't actually recommend me Paw Patrol. You know, and the length of these videos, they could be short, they could be long, they could be 5 minutes, they could be 5 hours. I hope they're not 5 hours. You know, they could be as short as they can, short as it can be, to as long as it can be. You know, it can be any day of the week. I prefer Wednesday. That's my personal choice, but it could be like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, anytime in between videos that I do, which I try to do Saturdays and Mondays. At least I try to. But Saturdays usually being the comics that I read, and Mondays usually being the movies that I've seen. But, you know, I got some new comics I'd like to show you. But first, the one that I'm reading for this week that I will be done on Saturday by Sonic Archives. Sonic the Hedgehog Archives Volume 12. This one's made by RT Comics. It's good. It has like 5 side stories in the Sonic the Hedgehog universe, which is pretty fun. Yeah, it's pretty fun, simple comics to read. Simple to remember, which is good for a guy like me, because sometimes I don't have the best memory. I write a lot of stuff down, so the less stuff I have to write down, the better, I think. I don't know if that makes sense, but it is good. It's good. But then, there's 5 comics that I order each and every week, and I order them from Forbidden Planet Comics up in New York. There's not a lot of local comic shops near me that actually deliver. Now I prefer delivery over anything else because I'm disabled, and I don't drive, and I don't want to pay an Uber like $30 every week just to go and get comic books. So I prefer delivery. I know it's a little more expensive, but I don't know any local comic shops that do delivery. I don't know, but I live in Sterling, so there's not a lot of Sterling, Virginia. Yeah, or Washington D.C. Basically, there's not a lot of places around me, from what I have researched or whatever, from what I've seen, that don't really do delivery. I do the 5 comic books from Forbidden Planet. I do a lot of mystery packs from Ollie's the Bargain Bin, because I love those mystery packs. They've turned me on to a lot of great people. Like, the first comics I ordered this week, Action Lab Comics. Action Lab. I was introduced to them by Ollie's Bargain Bin last year, I believe. Last year, what was the name of that comic? Of course, I can't remember it. I'm going to remember it later. But last year, I was introduced to them. Now it's going to concern me, but I don't know. But this is Bigfoot Frankenstein. Bigfoot Frankenstein. Made in 2021, so it's recent, by Action Lab Comics, of course. So I just said all that. But I cannot wait to read this. I cannot at all. I love all the stuff that I read from Action Lab Comics. Like, the last one I read was Athena Voltaire, which is really good. It's kind of like, what do you call it? I'd say kind of like Nancy Drew in a sense. I would think it's kind of a mix between Nancy Drew and Laura Croft. Which, I don't know, it's pretty interesting, at least to me. Alright, next, I have the Adventures of Byron, the War of the Rotisserie. I think it's, War of the Rotisserie, yeah. Which is pretty good. It's by Scout Comics. It was made this year, 2021. I really enjoyed the Adventures of Byron one-shot last video 2 weeks ago. I really enjoyed that, so I thought I'd get more into the Byron universe of things, which is awesome. And of course, in that last volume, Byron and Oswald, and they steal 400 human socks, and they deal with that. So I can't wait to read more zany adventures with them in it, basically. It's fun. It seems like a fun series. Next, we got Catwoman, Lonely City. It's also a new one, a 2021, made by DC, their Black Label. I really enjoyed the Black Label this year. And with a Big B, with Batman vs. Big B, A Wolf in Gotham. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And the first one that I read by them is Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, for that movie, which I love that comic too. But that was when I was just really getting into comics in a sense, so I didn't really follow up on that. So that's another one I have. If it's anything like that, if there's anything like Batman vs. Bigby, I'm gonna enjoy this. Plus, it's like Selena Kyle, And next, we got The Army of Darkness, 1972, number 2 by Dynamite. I really enjoyed the first one. Of course, the first one is pretty much where Ash gets sucked into a portal that brings him back to 1972, and he has to deal with a gang war between these guys and the wizards. I forget their name right now, but the wizards have this Necronomicon that are turning people into deadites, pretty much. They're half-dead people. It's, of course, I always love Army of Darkness. I love the movies. Those movies, of course, Bruce Campbell, I love. But, and of course, we end with Warrior Nun Dora number 2. I love this one. Recently got into this series, I believe, last year. And that's how it kind of came across. That's how I came across this. And can't wait for Warrior Nun Season 2. Until then, I'm going to continue reading these. This is Warrior Nun Dora number 2. Put these away. Now, those ones I ordered last week. So, are there any new ones that I'm ordering this week? Yes, there is. Yes, there is. I ordered 5 new comics this morning. So I ordered Chaos Theory, Zombies vs. Dinosaurs. That's one. That's one entire one. Not, I don't know what. I'll pause there because it has the thingy. I don't know what I'm doing. It's Chaos Theory, Zombies vs. Dinosaurs. I really just like the idea of that one. And we got Battle Pug number 2 by Image. Of course, I really loved the first Battle Pug. I really loved the little toddler witch who like curses all the time, has a potty mouth. I really want to delve into her. Of course, Battle Pug is a really big, good boy. It's just really cool. I haven't read the first book, the Pugnidium, I think it's called. I really need to get into that, honestly. And that Venom number 1 by Marvel. It just looked really interesting. Of course, I want to get more back into Venom since the Venom movie, and it's always slipped away. I don't know why, but that'd be cool. I got Warrior Nun, Dora number 3. It's also by Avatar. Of course, for all those same reasons I just said about Warrior Nun, Dora number 2. And then I have TMT. There we go. Sorry, TMT The Last Ronin number 1. That's by IDW. As I heard many people praise that story, praise The Last Ronin. And it just looks cool. It's one of the turtles survives, basically just trying to fix everything in alternate, I think, apocalyptic New York. I don't know. I'll know more about it once I get it, but it came highly recommended. So, explain again. I ordered from Forbidden Comics, the comic shop in New York. I don't know if any local comic shops around me that deliver anything. I don't really go out. I can't really drive to them. Well, I don't drive. It's not that I can't. I just don't. Also, I saw Marvel's The Eternals this weekend. I saw it November 6th, that Saturday. And I finally enjoyed it. Post Endgame might be my second favorite Marvel movie. First, I think will always be, no, not always be, but first is Spider-Man Far From Home. I mean, that could be thrown down by Spider-Man No Way Home, or no. Spider-Man No Way Home, coming out in December. I think that's the name. But anyway, I finally enjoyed it. That's the bottom line. Chloe Zhao is a great director, and I hope I pronounced that right, Chloe Zhao. I hope I pronounced that right. Fantastic performances all around, but I gotta give 2 shout-outs. And the first one is to Lauren Ridloff, and I hope I pronounced that right too. Yeah, you played Makari. Makari, who is a deaf girl in the Eternals. And I always like seeing representation like that. It's always awesome. I'll try to shout it out whenever I see it. I also didn't realize he was in Son of Metal, which is a great film on Amazon Prime. And like a great excuse to watch it again. And also, I gotta give my props to Kumail. Sorry if I mispronounced this. Kumail Nanjiani. He's a great comedian, and I think he's a really fantastic actor. And when you hear the stories of him trying to transition to Marvel, he wanted to do this film. He worked out. He got a little buff. But if you want to continue seeing his work, he's a great work. I'll definitely check out The Big Sick on Amazon Prime. It is a tearjerker. Actually, it's still, I think, one of his best films, I would believe. And that film's made by Judd Apatow, who is Apatow. Yeah, who is one of those directors where it's like, hey, this is going to be really funny. He's a really comedic director. And then you just basically cry the whole way through. I mean, it's really good. It's so good movies. Well, yeah. And so done. What is the topics I thought of for today? Well, basically, I don't know. I sort of had this idea, and then it just got escalated because I was listening to this podcast called the Capes and Tights podcast, which is available anywhere you get podcasts, but I personally listen to it on Spotify, where they're just like, what if the Marvel universe got combined with the Star Wars universe? And it's possible. They can do that now legally. Disney owns them both. I know it's still different studios, but Disney can make that happen. And personally, I just fell in love with the idea. And they could make a what if movie on what if. I would like to see a live action CGI movie on the big screen. Kind of just a what if spin-off or whatever. I know they're doing a what if spin-off for zombies. Maybe they can do a what if spin-off live action version of Marvel combined with the Star Wars universe. That would be awesome. Don't know what the story would be. Of course I don't know what the story would be. I kind of thought with the Star Wars movies, I was a little fatigued by them for a short bit now, but this idea kind of excites me. Yeah. And I'm not fatigued with Star Wars in general, because I love The Mandalorian, and I'm excited for the Book of Boba Fett, which I think comes out in December. So I am excited. But the main point is, what if their universes combined? That would be awesome. Of course, rewrites of the story would have to happen and all that, but hey, it could happen. I didn't think much of the story And I thought a little bit of this story, which, uh, in terms of Anakin, but that would deserve some rewrites right there, because what I have in my head, it's like little Annie right here, right? He starts off as Vision, and then he grows up, he gets the dark side implanted in him, or not implanted in him, but the dark side takes him over. He becomes Ultron, and then Ultron gets beaten and becomes Darth Ultron. I would like to see that, and I thought of at least some of the characters. Like there would be characters like Captain Kenobi, who's Obi-Wan and Captain America combined. Yeah, so I try to think, yeah, maybe Star-Lord could be Darth Vader. No, wow, I just misread that. Star-Lord could be Han Solo. I can't think of a good combination name, so maybe Han Star, like On Star. And Groot could be Chewbacca, like Groot Baka. And Rocket Raccoon could be Yoda. Didn't think that one through. Yorka. No. Yorkoon or Rakda. That sounds racist. Don't flag this video or whatever. And now Iron Man could be Luke. Iron Man could be Luke Skywalker. And this is the part of the story that has to be kind of rewritten, because I don't know how the whole Luke thing could work if Anakin is an android. But I think it'd be really cool to see those. Princess Leia would be Princess Marvel. Princess Leia combined with Captain Marvel. That'd be cool. Thanos, of course, would be Emperor Palpatine. Emperor Thanos, of course, he's the big bad of the series. Black Widow would be Ahsoka Tano. I think that's pretty fitting. Jabba the Hutt could be Jabba the Hulk. Thought that was clever. Jar Jar could be Ant-Man, and could be good. The possibilities are endless. I obviously have not put a lot of thought into it, or as much thought into it, but that would be cool to see. So, like I said, big budget CGI live action movie on the big screen. That's my dream movie. At least for now. So I think of more of the things. But, big budget movie, but keep it short, like an hour and 30 minutes, maybe 2 hours. And have it so it's one and done. I know that's pretty much impossible for Hollywood, but one and done, an hour and 30 minutes, 2 hours. Keep it there. That'd be awesome. And if you get the idea from me, Disney, remember to at least tag me, my AverageJohn on YouTube. We can talk about that. So, but what other Marvel/Star Wars characters' names can you come up with? And can you come up with a story that'd be awesome? That would fit. Or we can do the same story, just retold with those characters. It's whatever. Any answer is acceptable or whatever. No one's gonna judge you here. No one's gonna judge here. If they do, I don't know. They'll be ashamed or whatever. So, what would be your Marvel Star Wars creation? Not only that, what would your dream movie be? Does any movie no earthly limits whatsoever? You can do whatever the heck you want. What would that movie be? You can either answer me in the comments, or you can answer me on my Instas. Sometimes I misspeak, but you can either answer me down below in the comments, or you can answer me on my socials. Now I'm on Instagram at TRIPL3XXX Mayhem. I'm on Twitter at RealAverageJohn, and Facebook at OfficialAverageJohn. And don't worry if you can't understand that I can't spell it. I have problems spelling too. It's all in the description down below. And without further ado, if you guys... I'm sorry, that was me bumping my table. But if you guys want, you can check out my channel where I post other stuff. You know, I post a lot of talking about comics. I guess I kind of review them. I more talk about them. And I just talk about movies and shows. So, talk about movies and shows every Monday. Comics and graphic novels and stuff every Saturday. So, check those out. Remember to like this video. Comment if you can. Subscribe to my channel. Alright. I will see you guys later. Ciao.